Hello friends, this is Arvind. In this video, I am going to explain about remedies for population explosion. Right, in the last previous class, we learned about what are the causes of rapid growth of population. In that, we learned about the elimination of famines and control of epidemics and other factors which are economic factors, and one of the predominance of agriculture, urbanization, poverty. So those are economic factors. And coming to the social factors like education, lack of education, and the joint family system. So there are the number of social factors which we are discussed in the last previous classes to rapid growth of population. Right. So coming to today's topic, which we are going to learn here, remedies for population explosion. Right. So what do you mean by population explosion? The population explosion means the birth rate is continuously rises and death rate will be continuously decreases. Right. So which will be the geometric level population will be increases and the arithmetic progression, the food supply will be increases. Means there is a vast difference, the vast decreasing rate of death rate, and the vast increasing, the birth rate will be increases very fast. So that is leads to the population explosion, right, which will be many hazardous problems, many economic, many food scarcity. So there will be many issues which will be occurred if the population is explosion, right. So how can we control the population? What are the measures which we can control the population? Population increases, it is better, but some extent. Okay, the population has to be increased, but very slow level. Okay, so the population is increases very fast, the growth rate will be very fast, so that will be leads to the population explosion, which will be many problematics. Okay, many economic and social economic factors which will be leads to the social issues and all. So that is what population explosion problems. So how can we control the population actually? See, let's look at here the population controlling measures, or there are three types of measures which we are here: economic measures, social measures, and family planning programs. Right. So these are three major measures are leads to the decreasing the population or controlling the population. Right. So what are the economic measures? Let's look at one by one here. Expansion of industrial sector. Expansion of industrial sector. So last previous class we learned about the agriculture, predominance of agriculture. In Indian agriculture sectors, agriculture is more important. Maximum population is depend on agriculture. People prefer to more on labor. More labor, the productive working age people, whatever the production is done in the agriculture sector, they prefer to more labor. So the people, they are not think they are economic burden. The population increases, they don't feel that is a burden on economy. Okay, so they think that if the population is increases, the family size increases, it will be helps to the cultivation and all. So that kind of attitude which our Indian people which are. So predominance of agriculture in the previous class, the causes of rapid growth of population. So coming to here, controlling the measures, economic measures. In that first one, expansion of industrial sector. So agriculture sector to industrial sector. So there has to be change, right? Urbanization and industrialization has to be changed, right? So there was a industrialization means the investment in the industries, MSME, micro and small medium enterprises. Right? There will be industrial sector has to be improved. When industrial sector has to be improved, the urban areas will be increases. So that the people stand of living will be, the per capita income will be generate high level. So the people think that their standard of income is increases. They try to prefer their whatever their income and all. So in that better standard of living they will try to expenditure. So there is a possibility to try to decrease their family size. Okay, so in urban areas generally the cost of living is somewhat high. So So they try to decrease, they try to upgrading their children's in better schooling and health and all. So that is the reason why expansion of agriculture sector, which leads to be a better measure to the decrease in the population, right? And coming to the creation of employment opportunities are most important. Okay, so people are preferred to work, people are ready to work, so the government has to be provide employment opportunities to those people. So they try to give employment opportunity, so their standard of living, their income level will be increases, so that they will try to expenditure in the productive manner, so that will be leads to the better way of attitude towards the economic aspect. So that will be leads to the creation of employment, which will be better to decrease the population. The family size they will try to decrease, right? If they have better education qualities, better employment opportunities, they will try to participate in economic activity, by participating in economic activities, getting income and all. So they will get aware of all those things, whatever the factors, whatever the things which are going around there. So in the working in the industrial sector, service sector, they are somewhat educated. So when they are educated, they are trying to be forcefully, or they try to enter the better schooling their children and all. So that will be leads the population, the family size of somewhat try to decrease in this scenario. And coming to the equitable distribution of income and remedial of poverty. So removal of poverty, which will be one of the most important factors. Equitable distribution of income means in the poor families, and generally in the Indian economy, the people, very poor people, if they give the better income, so they have better economic, whatever the economic amenities, whatever the economic problems which they are actually, so if they are satisfied their economic problems, if their economic amenities, if the government has to be distribute income equally, so the people they are preferred to work in the better manner, so they will try to more productive aspect, right? So the family size they will try to decrease. Why? Because they are already, their income level is better, so the equitable distribution of income, which will be leads to the better allocation of health and education and all. So generally in the urban areas, the whatever the expenditure, cost of expenditure somewhat high, right? So that they are trying to decrease their family size, and they try to give the better education and all. So far there will be leads to the somewhat better in future. There is no population increment, and the birth rate somewhat try to decrease in that scenario, right? So this will be leads the what are the poverty. Poverty is one of the most problem. What our Indian people thought, the poverty, the people are there in their family, so they don't think the whatever the consequences at all in that scenario. The people think that if there is a population, there is a higher amount of their family sizes, so they will work more and more after they become elder, after they become a working age population, so that they are ready to participate in economic activity, they will get more and more money to the family. So the family size they prefer to more, so that will be decrease the family size. When it will be decreased, so the equitable distribution of land, equitable distribution of income, each and every citizen of the country has to be distributed equally. So far they try to utilize all the basic necessities and all. So that generally at that time the family size somewhat they will try to decrease, right? So the equitable distribution of income, whatever the land, whatever the income which are there in this country, has to be distributed each and every individual of the state. So they are not preferred to more children that time, because they are getting each and everything. Their income level is okay. They are satisfying whatever their income, so that they don't give more children, right? So previous class in the causes of rapid growth of population, there is a poverty is a major problem in economic aspect, economic factors. Why? Because they give to prefer more children. The more children is there, more family size increases, they try to get more income after their working age population, right? So that has to be decreased. That poverty will be decreased when the equitable distribution of income, land, whatever their natural resources and all has to be distributed equally, right? So next, coming to the social measures. What are the social measures which are trying to control our population, right? In India, Indian education system, first education system and status of women and age of marriage, right? So education system, if you take the education system in India, so there was a discrimination education system. There is a low level of standard. There is the outcome of education system is very low. Okay, according to 2011 census, which we are around 74% of literacy rate. In this, only who are able to write only, so that's not a perfect education at all. And this, in this, woman is around 65 and man is around 82. So this is what education system, which very poor education qualities and education outcomes. So they are not well enough in the human capital and all. So people are not aware of the society, not aware of the whatever the problems which will be occurred with increasing the population. They don't think about the consequences of the poverty, whatever the higher population and all. Right? So the population, if you wanted to decrease the population, the education standard has to be increased. The opportunity, the higher education, whatever the primary education has to be increased, the better standard. Right? So education system, the very one of the most important problem in our Indian economy. So it has to be decreased. It has to be decreased. The quantity, whatever the people who are schooling, that has to be increased. Okay, the problem has to be decreased, and the education qualities, education schooling, each and every perspective, it has to be increased. Right? And the female population, female literacy rate somewhat is very low. Why? Because they are generally they are not well. The social we are in social evils. There are many social evils which are. So women generally they are treated as very low level of income, lower level of capacity, and also that's the reason why they are generally the women literacy rate somewhat is very low. And coming to the status of women. Status of women in India, according to our Indian Constitution, guaranteed equal opportunities in economically, okay, in employment, in political, each and everything. The Indian Constitution has guaranteed equal opportunities to men and women. Even though there was a discrimination against the woman, so she is not able to fight against the men. She is not able to get whatever she wants, because she is inferior to get what she wanted to get. Right? So she wanted to get better economic aspect, better economic whatever the economic availability, which are their economic options, economic opportunities which she have already. So that is not she unable to access, because there is inferiority which was there in the society. So that is the reason why generally the literacy rate is somewhat very low and workforce participation is somewhat very low. So which will be not try to any problem. So the status of women has to give equal opportunity irrespective of all those things. Okay, so she has to give preference, the better way of economically, all economic opportunities, each and every perspective, so that there is a chance to she will be empowered and she will make change in the family. She will try to control whatever the population, whatever the contraceptives, each and every perspective, she will be aware of all those things. So status of women has to give better chance to an Indian society. That is what status of women, which is one of the social measures which can be control our Indian population. Right? And coming to the age of marriage, early marriages in India generally early marriages. So before 1903, Child Marriage Restraint Act. So what is this? The men 18 years and women 15 years. Okay, men will be having 18 years. Whoever having 18 years, he can marry, and 15 years woman, the girl, she can marry. So that is what age according to 1903 Act, and it was re-amended in 1978. In 1978 was re-amended, so it will be 18 years in this 1978 amendment. 18 years for woman and 21 years for men. So it was changed. So the age of the marriage of woman has to be very low age. Okay, the age very low, so the productive capacity is very high. Right. So in this education system also, the girls has to not giving preference to the education. Right. If the girl and boy same has to go to school, if they enter the school, their schooling and all, so there is no chance to make her to marriage. Right. So if the people has treated girl and men, women and men, so the boy child and girl child has treated is equally, so there is no problem. So both will go to the school, and there will be better way of education qualities and better understanding, awareness, empowerment, each and every perspective. So that will be leads to be better way of and whatever the empowerment of women. So that will be leads to controlling the population. Right. So in this status of women also, in this also one of the most factor which is the girls have preferred. The girls not prefer to enter the school, and then there is social stigma. The girls, the mentality of women, she wanted to have whatever the boy child. Generally, they are given preference to boy child. So that will be leads to be continuously increases population. So that kind of attitude they have to change in the social. The status of woman, the woman has to change. When it will be changed, so when she will be educated, so that is the possibility. Otherwise, there is no possibility, right? So that one of the more major factors which are social, whatever status of women, which will be try to decrease the population. And this child marriage system, which was very important, and age 15, with the low age of girl has married, so the productive rate is very high, so that population will be increased. So it has to be decreased. People has to be encouraged schooling, so that will be better to whatever the controlling the population. If the higher age, the age rate is increases, the productive rate will be, fertility rate will be somewhat decreases. So that is why the marriage system. Okay, so even till now in some of the rural areas, people are marrying 15 years age of old of girl children. So the girl has to marry 18 years above. Okay, so the people are, even though still there is a fear, there is a whatever the inadequate facilities, inadequate registration. So all those things, the people are unsecurity. They feel that unsecurity, so that people get married very soon. The girl. So that will be one of the most important factor which will be increase the population. So it has to be decreased, it has to be maintained. Right, it has to be decreased, and well age time of this 18 years old age children, after 18 years old only they have to go married. So that is one of the social factors, social measures which can take to control our population. And coming to the family planning programs. Family planning programs are very important. Public information in the family planning system program in China. If you compare with China's population is world number 1 according to 2011 census. So they are preferred to give one or none. The policy, they are compulsory. If they are not more than one children, if they give birth, they give born the children, and also that will be very whatever the arrest, they will arrest the people. They will arrest and they will fine. Okay. So that will be many strict rules they have taken in the China. So policy which were taken in the Chinese economy to control a population. Coming to the Indian society, so public information program. Public information program. So public information has to be provided. The medias, radio, whatever each and every possibility way of whatever the public information, newspaper, magazine, each and every perspective, people has to awareness about the population increase. If the population increases, what are the consequences? What are the problems which we will be faced? So that kind of information, that kind of awareness has to implement, has to provide by the government. Okay, the public information program. Each and every person has to be aware about the population. Increasing the population will leads to be scarcity of many resources and scarcity of food, scarcity of unemployment and jobless growth. So there will be many problems will be rises. So that the people, when the people is aware about that particular problems, so there is a chances to decrease the population, right? And coming to the incentives and disincentives. So there is a family planning system, there is a sterilization. The forcefully they try to maintain whatever the family planning system. People are fear about that particular scheme, family planning. Anyway, so whatever the family planning system, some point of time, not at an entire time, some point of time, it has to be maintained, it has to be practiced until unless we cannot control the population. And coming to the family planning centers, family planning center, each and every medical clinical centers and family planning center, hospital, each and every places, the area has to be increased. The family planning center, each and every villages, every corner of the rural area, the family planning center has to be maintained. So that will be possibility to control our population. And research, coming to the research, Indian government has to be make the research in the way of demography and communication action and fertility control. So there was things, these particular things government has to maintain the research to get the result towards the positive way of decreasing control of the population. So this is what one of the major important measures to control our population explosion, right? So population explosion are economic measures, social measures and family planning measures. So which are all economic measures are very to try to increase their income level, due to increase their income level, so that they will try to maintain their better standard of living, better way of education qualities, and they try to aware each and every perspective so that their family size will be decreases, so that ultimately the population will be, birth rate will be decreases. And coming to the social factors, our Indian system, the many social issues. Okay, the girl has not given importance as men. Okay, the girl child is treated as a debt and boy child is treated as an asset, right? So girls, why the girls treated as a debt? Because they have dowry problem after that some kind of age. When they are married, they are got to pay the dowry, the family parents. So they are not encouraged her to schooling. They are encouraged to maintain, they are encouraged to girl child and to the field area or working. For example, cotton seed farming, girl child labor we used to see many places. So girl child labor has to be increased, the child labor has to be decreases. So in order to make awareness, social awareness, whatever the education, whatever woman and marriage, each and every perspective, girl has to be treated as equally men, so that there is a possibility to empower women. Okay, so that there is a chances to awareness each and every perspective as men and women, each and every perspective is increasing the population. They will get aware all those things, and they will be take better contraspectives and all those things, so that there is a chances to decrease our control in the population. And age, marriage system has to be maintained below. So till now, till the modern India also, we used to see below 14 years, 15 years old minor or 15 years old, they are trying to make marriage. So that insecurity, they are feeling insecurity and there is a many problems in whatever the things and many issues they are trying to. So they are treated goal as a burden as a family. Okay, people, Indian people has to think the goal has burden their family. So that has to, that kind of social evil has to be removed. Okay, when the society, the girl child has, they should not be treated as a girl as a burden in their family. So that is a better, that is the best time to change our society. So when girl is treated as equally boy child, so there is a possibility to maintain the better way of whatever the standard of living, whatever the equality, whatever the opportunities, each and every perspective. There is a progressive society in this economically and all, socially and all the aspects. So that is what social measures which can be control the population. And coming to the population planning program, right, for what are the contraceptives and population planning. So these are the major things which we need to be awareness. People has to be get awareness making by the public information program, the newspaper, media, all those, radio, each and every aspect to government try to mobilize, government try to be maintain whatever the awareness each and every monthly the government has to be provided. So in order to maintain this program which will be try to decrease the population, incentives, whatever the sterilization, whatever the family planning system, so all those things has to be maintained. And there has to maintain centers, each and every prospect, every area, each and every corner of the place, maximum family planning center has to be maintained. And research, government has to research demography, communication, action, fertility rate, and whatever the biology and all those things, right, reproductive biology, all those things government has to maintain the better research to get the positive outcome, the positive results towards the decreasing the population and all. So this is what remedies for population explosion, right. I hope you all clear this concept. Thank you each and everyone. If you like this video, please subscribe and share. Okay, thank you.